What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? It's Hump Day, and when it's Hump Day, it's the Sports Lounge Media. I'm excited for this week. Week 7 was pretty interesting. Week we're gonna dive right into it. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about week 8, and then after we talk about week 8, we're gonna give our top 5 rankings that we give every single week to you guys, along with a lot of stuff that's going on with the Sports Lounge Media that we're going to release next week. So stay tuned as we talk about everything. As you can see, we do not have one of our co-hosts with us. She's dealing with some family stuff, so she'll be out for today, but back with us next week, and we're excited to have her next week. But before we talk about anything, Mark, take it away with our sponsors, man.
Hey, we want to thank each one of them that's partnered up with us. Of course, we've got Cali Built Graphics, takes care of all of our shirts needs, decals, everything you need when it comes to anything of customizing of merchandise. They can take care of it. Then, of course, we got Brian Martino. Hit up Brian at brianmartinoconstruction.com, and you can actually go to his website that is active and live. And you put in any request for a project that is $10,000 and more. He will give you $1,000 off when you mention Sports Lounge Media. And of course, our last one and is Number One Sports Fan. They take care of all of your sports merchandise. They just got actually the NLCS champion Los Angeles Dodgers. They just restocked themselves on all the Dodger gear. Of course, because the Dodgers are going to the World Series, which
Yes,
starts
sir.
on Friday.
Yes, sir.
Grand Slam rounds actually
Let's talk about
released they you got a special coming out, that we just had first thing tomorrow, so that's out there. But of course, last but not least, and the biggest one, of course, here at Sports Lounge Media, we are powered by the Mogul brand and the Diamond Collection. Hit up powered by TMB.com and put in Sports Lounge Media, and they will give you 20% off of your order. So
it. That's right.
you can also hit up every one of the hosts of each one of the shows that will be shown at the end with our advertisements, that hit up each one of them because they can take care of you as well.
Yeah, and we're talking about Number One Sports Fan. When you guys go over there to Larry Visalia Hanford in LA, this is the month where you go get everything. I don't know if Mark knows this. He probably does because he's a man, but this is like the best month, right? Because we have baseball about to finish up. We're in our World Series time. We're in the middle of the pack of with football. We got basketball that just tipped off yesterday, and they're continuing today. We got hockey that started this month. I mean, all sports basically is going on at one time, and it's the greatest month of the year for me. I mean, October is the month. It's a sports month of the year, and so I'm excited that the fact that all these teams are playing. But go get your memorabilia, whether if it's the Dodgers with the World Series stuff that they have over there. If the Philadelphia Eagles, birds, birds, go birds. If you want a championship, reigning championship jersey, you know what I mean. You want to go with the Golden Knights. I don't think they sell Golden Knights stuff, but I
They
can
have
get
some. They have some.
Oh, they have some. They have some hockey stuff over there, but and then obviously, what am I missing here?
Basketball,
Oh,
baseball.
yeah,
I'm
and them
impressed with
Lakers. Yeah,
you
so
know.
they get all of their stuff there, though, man. Go check it out. Let them know the
Hey,
Sports Lounge sent you. Let's dive, huh?
but real quick, the biggest one. If you need any Dodger merchandise, hit up the
Oh,
West Covina store down there in Los Angeles.
oh yeah,
That is
come on.
the biggest Los Angeles Dodgers number one sports fan that you can find around.
Is it? Because I heard that Fashion Fair Mall has the biggest LA Dodger stuff.
No, no, I've been there recently. I'll give them credit when they do have a lot of Niner stuff there.
Where?
Fashion Fair Mall.
In Vegas?
Oh no, I'm thinking of Fresno.
Oh no.
That's the
Yeah.
Fashion Fair Mall in Fresno.
Oh no, no. I'm talking about the one on the shirt. Anyways, let's get back to it. Let's dive right in. We're gonna go to week 7. Me and Mark's gonna pick a game that stood out to us. We're gonna talk about it. Join us in the chat. Talk about what was your favorite game through week 7. In week 7, and then we'll go from there. Let's start with Thursday night in the Icy Hot Bowl. We had Aaron Rodgers going against Joe Flacco in the Icy Hot Bowl. And it looks like that Joe Flacco I don't know if it might be a Browns problem or something, but he pulled it off 33-31 against Aaron Rodgers and them Steelers. The Steelers look strong, but I guess they weren't strong enough to beat the Bengals and Jamar Chase, it looked like. Moving on to the London game, we had the Rams pulling off at 35-7 when Puka Nacua not in the game. That was huge for him to spread the ball around. I think they said that 63% of the plays go to Puka Nacua, and defenses obviously prepare for that. They weren't prepared for anybody else, and so Matthew Stafford made him pay for it with 5 touchdowns, I believe, 35-7, beating the
Three of them to
Jaguars
Devontae. You can say three went to Devontae Adams. So
three.
my answer to that one is, if you know Puka's not in, you got to sit there and go after Devontae. That's just common sense.
Yeah. So they beat the Jags 35-7. Then we go on to the Chiefs, blowing out the Raiders, and the Raiders didn't even get a chance to score. 31-0. And the Raiders was Mark's team that was gonna win division. I don't know if he wants to still think that may be true, but he might. I don't know. We'll talk about that later. But we had the Browns winning 31-6 against the Dolphins, as we pretty much knew that the Dolphins are probably done this season. But we had the Patriots not stunning, but beating the Titans 31-13, and Drake May is now in the MVP conversation as 6-7. And then we got the Panthers doing what the Panthers do, and they won as they should against I believe they're 0-6 or 7 now. Jets 13-6. We had the Saints losing 26 26-14. Yeah, 6 or 7 wins. I don't. Yeah, 6 or 7. And anyway, or losses, 6 and 7 losses. Anyways, 26-14. The Bears beat the Saints. The Eagles pulled it off through the air. They said that Jalen Hurts can't throw, and he said, "Let me show you how." 28-22 against the Vikings. The Colts win again. They beat the Chargers in a stunning game, 38-24. We had the Broncos with a comeback win in the fourth quarter, and they won 33-32 to seal the game with a field goal. We had the Panthers win, the Packers beating the Cardinals 27-23 in a comeback game as well. The Cowboys blew out the Commanders 44-22, and then we had the Falcons losing to a broken down Niner team, and the Niners again. Kyle is probably going to go up there as coach of the year if he keeps winning with a team that is dissipated the way that the Niners are, but they won 20-10 against a Falcons team. And then the Lions and the Buccaneers. Lions won 24-9, and the Seahawks beat the Texans 27-19. What game stood out to you, Mark?
For me, the game that stood out was the fact it was which one was it? It was that Miami game, Miami Cleveland. In that you saw Tua get pulled. You know, Tua got pulled in the game. They went ahead and took in Quinn Ewers to take over, and so that one, I understand you lose Tyreek Hill. That's a big part of your offense, but to watch the Browns with rookie quarterback Dylan Gabriel, to drop 31 on you. I mean, that right there was one of the big games that stood out to me. And the other one actually was Dak Prescott and the Cowboys beating Washington. Jaden Daniels, of course, goes down with injury again. I mean, I don't know what's going on with the NFL. They need to figure out how to keep people healthy. But with that, I mean, Dak is doing what Dak does
In the regular season.
In regular season. But the other thing is, and we've talked about this, what happened to Dak Prescott last year? How much time did he miss? Quite a bit. He does this every year. Plays great, looks like an MVP type quarterback, goes down the next season. Comes back, plays great, goes down the next season. Well, he missed a lot of last season. Look what he's doing this year. It's repetitiveness.
Yeah, but it's what I expected against a Commanders defense that is one player away from being a senior citizen home. I mean, you're talking about a defense that doesn't look great. It's mostly offensively, calibrated to win. They got rid of one of their bigger assets. with Brian Robinson, and then all of a sudden, Eckler goes down. So I
Yeah.
mean, that was unfortunate. Then you bring in Debo Samuels, and as we said multiple freaking times, and everybody said no, he's injured,
Hmm.
injury prone, freaking Debo Samuels. He's probably over there at Krispy Kreme Donuts waiting for the light to turn on. It's one of those things, man, and it's unfortunate, but that's just what it is. And at the end of the day, they're not capable of winning big games, and especially in division. Now we got to remember, last year, even though they made it to the NFC Championship, they lost to Cooper Rush.
Hmm.
They lost to Cooper Rush. This is the NFC Championship team, Washington, that lost to uh, lost to Cooper Rush. And so I don't know, man. It's just one of those things. I wasn't surprised. I didn't think it was going to be 44-22, but I thought it was going to be like if I would have guessed, it was like 34-17 type deal, or 34-21, something like that,
So
right?
I mean, it was still pretty similar. I mean,
Yeah,
you're still looking at
a
like
little bit more
17 points.
closer, maybe like a anywhere from 3 to 14 points. I didn't expect anything more than that, but I mean, 22 points is crazy to me. But it's not. I mean, it's not a surprise.
Yeah.
Mine was the Lions and the Buccaneers. Buccaneers had every single chance in the book to put this game away against the Lions. The Lions did show some vulnerability. They did play really well in this game, but they could have also lost it. You could see both sides of this thing. That also goes to show that even though Baker Mayfield is in the MVP conversation, how inconsistent this Bucks team could be when they play against really strong offenses. And so when the pressure is on, I would like to see what Baker does in those type of moments. And right now, he made the Lions look phenomenal. And
Hmm.
I'm still not a believer in the Lions at all. I think that there was a lot of pressures, and Jared Goff did throw an interception in that game. Matter of fact, let me pull up. Um, Yeah, he was 1-1, 241 yards. But the big takeaway was they couldn't stop the run. 17 for 136 yards, and Jahmyr Gibbs with 2 touchdowns. And he also had a passing touchdown as well, 3 for 82 yards. No touchdown. St. Brown had the other touchdown, but Gibbs was the X factor in that game. Um, Granted, the what ifs come out. If Gibbs wasn't the X factor, who would Jared Goff really relied on? That would be interesting to see. If same thing they used to ask us as an Eagle fan, when you stop Saquon, what will you guys look like? I would like to see when you stop Gibbs, what the Lions offense would look like. So there's some question marks there for that game. That game was interesting, but that was Baker Mayfield's loss, not the Lions win. He had every opportunity. They gave him picks, gave him great field position to score touchdowns, and they came away with 9 points. That's 3 field goals. You cannot beat good teams. Let me say this again to the NFL teams that really want to win. You cannot beat good teams with field goals. You
Right.
cannot. You could put them away. You could put them away with a field goal, but if you go down and you're in scoring distance, that 9 points should have been 21. It should have been
Now,
21-24, and with an opportunity to score 3 points or an opportunity to take that game over. You cannot win. You can't beat good teams kicking field goals.
now, real quick on that game, you also saw Mike Evans, who goes down, comes back, takes a shot, hits his head, forward side of his head, goes down, kind of knocked him loopy. They should have checked him for concussion. All of a sudden, he comes down later on in the game, smashes the side of his head right against the ground once again, and knocked himself completely out. Like completely out.
Yeah.
So I will say that Mike Evans, or sorry, Tampa needs to have something looked at when it comes to, why wasn't he checked into concussion protocol? I mean, I understand you're playing in a very aggressive sport. You're allowed to have a lot of hate, but the way he came down and his known history, it's one of those things. It's just like if you see Tua get hit because his history, a certain way. It's like, hold on, no, you're going to get checked. We need to check. You
Yeah,
know, and that's where Mike Evans, it's unfortunate he's not going to be able to break Jerry Rice's record, it looks like, because he got placed onto IR today. So he's pretty much looking at he will not finish the 1,000 yards for 12 consecutive seasons.
that's
So
very unfortunate.
yeah,
I was looking forward for him to do that. The other game that I will say is that Broncos game and the Giants. The Giants defense has been playing extremely well, keeping them in games. And I said this in the beginning. If you guys go back to some of the ones in the beginning when I was talking about the Giants, and I had a feeling that they could possibly finish second. I was talking about that. I was saying it was because of their defense. Maybe Russ can keep them in games, and obviously they can win some of those games. But it's been actually. Jackson Dart. But this game kind of was a question mark for me. That defense was really, really good, but are they too good for 3 quarters? Because literally in the fourth quarter, they've been struggling.
hmm,
So they gave the Broncos an opportunity to win, and they said, "I will take that win. Thank you very much." And it was 31-32. Yeah, the Giants, man. You got them. The Giants. We got the Giants next week. We'll see what kind of team that they show up to be. Jackson Dart has been playing well with Cam Scatabo, and we'll kind of see what they look like going forward as teams start to figure them out. So let me jump in some of these comments as people start joining, tapping in. We got NFT. Thank you again for joining us, man. I appreciate you joining us every single week on Wednesdays at 6 o'clock. He said Dak stinks once the playoff starts. Absolutely. He's one of the best regular season quarterbacks. But
yep,
when the lights get bright, he don't show up like Sam Darnold and Jared Goff. Let's go to the next one. We got where is Sarai? Sarai is taking care of some family, and some family stuff is going on over there, so she'll be back next week. Prayers go out to her and her family as well. And then we have Daniels is talented, but he needs to stay in the pocket. But his O line sucks. He's gonna get and keep getting. Yeah, they never fixed that O line. I think it's the guard position.
yeah.
Yeah, they never fixed that. That was really interesting. That as well. They just keep getting older and older when other teams are getting younger. It's kind of weird to me. But anyway, Giants blew that game. Absolutely, they sure did. And Cam is a beast. Giants picked up a good piece in the draft. We'll see for how long though, because you only could play that style, and same thing goes for Jackson Dart. You only could play that style of football for so long before injuries start to happen. Leading with your head every single time, very very dangerous in the NFL. And Jackson Dart, loosely and elusive as he can be, flying around. Well, we've seen what happened to Daniels. We've seen what happened to C.J. Stroud. We've seen what happened to Jalen Hurts. We've seen mobile
Andrew Luck.
quarterbacks. Yeah, Andrew Luck, Carson Wentz, all these mobile quarterbacks that have been in there usually take a beating. And so it'll be interesting to see again what happens down the stretch. But I agree with you. Cam Scatterbo is a beast. I don't like his attitude, but he could be that way as long as he shall live. Anyways, carrying on. Let's go into week 8, and then talk about what game we're interested in seeing. Let's go with so we have the Vikings, the Vikings, visiting the Chargers, on
Tomorrow night.
tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, man. Go check them out. We got the Jets and the Bengals. That could be a trap game. Do the Jets get their first win playing against the Bengals? That's going to be interesting and something to talk about. We got the Bears visiting the Ravens, and Lamar Jackson is back. And the next 8 games are winnable. Very winnable for the Ravens. So if they can win 8 games straight, that makes them 9-5. They back in it again. That's going to be interesting. So it's
Hmm.
going to start with the Bears. They have to start with the 4-2 Bears, who have won 4 consecutive games in a row. We'll see if they can pull that off. We got the Dolphins visiting the Falcons in a bounce back game, I think, for the Falcons. You can check that one out. We got the Bills and the Panthers. The sneaky Bills. I mean, the sneaky Panthers, 4-3. No one would have guessed, but this guy right here that said that it's possible that they can go 10-7. as my NFC dark horse. And my AFC dark horse, by the way, is doing all right with the Steelers as well. So we'll see what happens. Bills should win that game, though. Panthers is a sneaky team. We cannot deny that. We got the 49ers playing against a Texans team that was starting to figure it out in the second half of that game last week. So do they figure it out at home and get this dub over a broken down Niners team? We should know. Mac 10 has been on one. I Sorry about that. Hold on 1 second. My mic just dropped. 1 second. Hold on.
No, to go on what you said, Mac Jones has been on a tear. I think the big thing for the Niners is going to be what are they going to do when Brock Purdy comes back? That's the big question because
Yeah, that's the biggest question, right? Like, because if Mac is doing that good and you're getting all your players back, you bring Brock Purdy and kind of what's happening when they are literally 5-2. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like, that's I don't know.
I mean it is the easiest schedule in the NFL, but here or there you still got to show up.
You got to show up and you got to play against your division as well. So, and then we got them Giants that I think it's a revenge game for the Eagles. They come into the link. They gonna figure it out and find out when they come to the link. But we got the Giants and the Eagles in that 10 o'clock slot as well. And the last 10 o'clock game would be the Browns visiting the Patriots. That could be an interesting game as well. And then going into it looks like another bounce back game into the afternoon games for some. Buccaneers visit the Saints. That could be a bounce back game for the Buccaneers to figure it out without Mike Evans again. We got the Colts that probably will blow out the Titans. But the Titans come to Indianapolis. That's going to be torturous. Now here's a crazy one right here is the Cowboys visiting Denver. And they're going to Denver to play in that game. They haven't been beat Denver since 1993, right? Or was it
Correct.
90? Yeah, so they haven't beat Denver since 1993 in Denver. That goes to show whether they're good, bad, doesn't matter. But Broncos has the top 5 defense. It's going to look different. We'll see if Dak Prescott can show up and CeeDee Lamb and the rest of that crew can put it together. It looks like they're making waves at 3-1. And then we go with we got teacher versus student. Teacher versus student with the Packers going to Pittsburgh to play Love versus Rodgers. You got the student versus the teacher. We'll see who wins that game. Monday night game. We got one Monday night game this time, not a doubleheader. But we got Washington about to get blown out. Their backs blown out by the Chiefs. Because I don't know what's going to happen in Arrowhead, but I know it's not going to be good, guys. We're just praying for the Commanders come out healthy. And that's all we can say. But the Chiefs look like they're going on a tear, which I will stand in the paint and say I didn't think the Chiefs were going to be 4-3 at this particular moment, guys. And I still think that they can finish third in that division. I mean, what is the hold on 1 second here.
What do you want to know about it?
Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
I'm like, they got Kansas
The Chargers are 4-3, and the Denver Broncos are 5-2. So yeah, I mean they still could finish third in division. They're 4-3 as well. So we have some. Before you give your take, Denver takes the Cowboys for the first time. Denver takes the Cowboys for the first time in years.
Nah, brother. Denver
takes the Cowboys for the first time in years. Book it. Yeah, Denver. I think Denver takes care of business there, and I think they put all 4 quarters together instead of keep coming back 3 consecutive weeks in a row. I think they put it together, and they win that. It'd be interesting. But what's the game, bro? What's the game you're looking at this week? And you're like, man, I'm excited to watch that game. I want to see how that turns out.
Sunday night.
Student versus teacher.
I want to see, being a Packer fan. Okay, I want to see if Jordan Love truly learned from Aaron Rodgers. Now, I was not. I was high on them taking Jordan Love when they drafted him, because they needed somebody for a future quarterback, because that was where they were dealing with the dilemma of Rodgers keep on saying, I'm going to retire, I'm not going to retire, and doing the whole 1 year deal and complaining, we don't have anyone. Well, no wonder you don't have anyone. It's because um, you're taking all the money. You can't put a team together if you're taking all the money.
Right.
So to have the knowledge, I think they paid Jordan Love too soon. I've said that from the beginning. I have not been a believer. Um, when it comes to it, we saw it again this week. He barely squeaked by against Arizona, who is not a top. It's like you're the odds of Arizona making playoffs are very minimal.
Yeah, but Cardinals are one of those teams, man, that are
But
just they're
still,
a spoiler
I mean,
team.
he couldn't perform against the Browns.
That's a strong defense.
Again, I mean, so that's telling me where are you struggling with? Well, guess what? You're going into Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh has a good front line, which
they do.
means Jordan Love is going to be on the run.
Right.
Jordan Love cannot be on the run.
So, yeah.
He
So
learned how to be a pocket passer. So I'm looking forward to see. Maybe I'm hoping he can prove me wrong. But I got discount double check taking that game.
yeah, I also got Pittsburgh possibly taking that. Yeah, I got the Steelers taking that game. Um, what's going on? How you doing? Somebody said what's up. What's going on? Yeah. Um. Oh, I know who that is. What's up? Go Birds. Okay, real quick, real quick. Good to see that you're in here. Appreciate you joining us and supporting us for 100%. But check it out. So what I have is I'm gonna go with the Birds, man. I got we got BG back. That doesn't mean a whole lot, but that does means a veteran presence is finally in the building after Zadarius Smith left, and it's a big presence because BG brings a lot of trash talk, brings a lot of accountability, puts people in check, put the defense in check, and can really carry weight when it comes to that defense. So, with that being said, I'm not looking for him to have 45 snaps. I'm looking for him to go in and do exactly what he needs to do to get this team back on track defensively, and also kind of put some pressure on our offense during practices and things like that, getting game plans together. And then also seeing them perform against a Giants team that I feel that we should have blew out. And so they're coming into the link, and it is old school week. It's Kelly Green week, so I'm excited about that. I get to put on my Kelly Green jersey this week. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how we perform, and that would be, I mean, if we win this game, obviously that puts us in position to go into the bye week, figure some more things out, and yeah, go Birds. All right, this is the segment of the show where we give our top five, and give a small little snippet on why we got them as our top five, and then if you have an honorable mention, put it in there. But guess what? If you are in the chat right now, this is what I want you to do. I want you to put your top five in there. I want to talk about your top five. And when you put your top five in, yeah, that's exactly what BG says. She don't want a puppy, she want a big dog. Yeah, that's you know. But anyways, if you got a top five, put it in the chat. We'll read that chat at the end after we give ours, and then we're gonna give love, and we'll be out of here on this hump day. So Mark, go ahead. What is your top five, man? Starting with number 5.
Patriots.
Okay.
I got Patriots at 5. I got Philadelphia at 4.
Okay.
I've got the Rams at 3.
Rams at 3. Okay.
Okay. I got the Colts at 2.
Oh, they dropped. All right.
And I got Detroit at 1.
Jesus Christ! I knew you were gonna do it to us. I thought it was gonna be last week, but you gonna say it this week after? Okay.
Yeah, I got Detroit at number 1. I mean, how can you not have Detroit with what they did?
Yeah, that's right, Mark. That's right. Hump day. Let's go. Um, yeah, I just I don't know, man. Maybe in the chat could convince me. I'm just not still sold. I mean, there's multiple opportunities for these Bucks to win, and I just think that they just fumbled it, man. They just I don't know, man. I don't have them as number one. But that's a creative list, and it made me have an honorable mention. Can you give it to me one more time? Oh, I think I forgot. Oh no, I got it. I got it. I know who I'm going to switch my honorable mention now.
I got yeah, Pats, Eagles, Rams, Colts, Detroit at number one.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with number 5. I got the 49ers. The ability to win with like no almost nobody is it's pretty impressive. Yeah, me too, man. I thought it was crazy too. But anyways, I got 49ers at number 5, man. I have to put respect where respect is due because they're playing with nobody and they're beating like some teams. Like they putting it on them. Um Yeah, I don't have the we'll talk about it. So at number 5, we have I got the 49ers. Now the Bucks did lose. They did lose to the Lions, so I got to put them at number 4. But the Bucks still have a great record. Baker Mayfield is having an MVP type season. It's unfortunate that they lost Mike Evans, and hopefully he gets healthy and recovers quickly to put up some more pressure. But Mbuka has really took that role in there and being able to be a top receiver in this league. So I'm gonna put the Bucks there at number 4. Number 3, I gotta put them Birds. I gotta put the Birds up there, man. They had a bounce back week. They showed Jalen Hurts had a perfect passer rating this week. They said that Jalen Hurts cannot throw the ball. He threw the ball very, very well in this game. Him and Saquon diagnosed defenses well. Coming out of the half, they ran a couple of plays that they seen in defense. They adjusted really well in the second half. So I got the Eagles at number 3, and I think they're onto something now. They're kind of the only thing is have they found their identity, and can they find their identity when they come out of the bye? It's something happens to the Eagles every time that they come out of a bye. So hopefully, I'm praying that this game is a bounce back game, and they win this game the going into the bye week, and then we play against 2 strong teams in the Packers and the Lions. And I'm waiting for week 11, guys. I'm ready for it. But at number 2, the reason why I'm ready for it is because at number 2, I got the Lions. I got to put respect. Dude, they is winning games. They still winning games. They defense did show up against the Buccaneers. Defense did show up in the Buccaneers. But Jared Goff did show when you get pressure on Jared Goff, he does throw interceptions. So if they continue to put that type of pressure on Jared Goff, I want to see how long would that last. Now, the question mark will always be can you stop, but can you slow down Jahmyr Gibbs? If you can slow him down, you have an opportunity to win football games against the Lions. And at number 1, you got to give it to the Colts. Colts are figuring out Danny Dimes now called Indiana Jones because he's figuring these things out. I got to keep him at number 1 until they lose a game or two and tell us otherwise. And it could be this week. They could lose to I believe they play the Chargers, right? Who do they play again? Put it in the chat. Who do they play again? I just said it a while ago.
No, it's Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee, they ain't losing. So maybe
they favored by 14.5.
Yeah. They're not losing. They're not losing that game. Maybe another game. But my honorable mention is the Pat. I'm gonna put Patriots in my honorable mention. They've been playing really good ball collectively on both sides of. So that's who I have at top 5.
Yeah. So here's what we got. So NFT actually has posted his, and NFT has the Niners at 5, Patriots at 4, Eagles at 3, Detroit at 2, Colts at number 1. And pretty close to what you had. I mean, only difference is that Bucks, being in there. So that one right there is interesting. So with the Bucks having no one healthy, but NFT does have the Bucks at number 6, is what he says. And then we, of course, we've got the Marshall experience.
Give me
He
yours,
is what he
Marshall.
said.
What
He
do you
goes,
got?
yeah, we want to know because we know you said the Colts at number one, but to not have the Chiefs in top five is crazier. I want to know what's 1 through 5. So we got the Marshall experience, of course, on here, our fantasy guru. Always showing love, obviously, to everyone's shows. We want to know, who do you got? You know, uh, for me, the fact is that the Chiefs beat the Raiders 31-0. I was embarrassed for the Raiders.
Very.
I was embarrassed for the Raiders because, for the fact being that they allowed Kansas City to take a knee with 2:46 left in the game.
You know what I will say? I will say about the Chiefs is I don't have a problem putting them in my top 5, but it was so hard for me to put them this week in the top 5. Next week, I definitely will put them in the top 5. But they were my honorable mention. To you said the Pats. I mean, there's so many good teams this week and week 7 that it was hard for me to put him in there. But this is his. So at number 5, he has the Chiefs. Number 4, the Pats. Eagles at 3. Lions at, so his first 3 were exactly like mine. He has Pats and Chiefs. And I could see that being true. I actually could. I mean, a lot of these are interchangeable, right? Like I had Chiefs, Niners, Pats, Bucks. Those are all interchangeable. I could
Yes,
but the
I don't
first
I
three,
don't
the
have.
first three is is pretty much sold for me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's for me, the way that the Rams won against the Jags and the way the Jags have been playing. I mean, and to do that in an international game, which makes it even a lot more difficult. And to do what they did, and they did that without Puka. That's what made it even more impressive, for myself. I know the Eagles and Rams did play this year, um, and it was a close game. But looking at overall, like I said, for me, I just felt that win. That's why I have the Rams one up, on the Eagles, at that spot.
Yeah.
But that can be interchanged, like you said.
It's all
Patriots
interchangeable.
being in there. I mean, the Chiefs are sitting there. They're knocking on the door. I hate to say it. They are, for sure in the top 10. I'm still not impressed with the Niners. Realistically, I
Dang, I hope
do.
John's not in here.
I mean, I'm not. I'm really not.
Dang.
I haven't been impressed with their wins. I mean, they've had some good wins, but it not been like, okay, you're doing what you need to do. But they have been injury plagued. Um, Realistically, I have them sit. I do. I will give this. I have the Niners in the top 10 at number 9. That's where I have the Niners at. I mean,
Yeah.
so, but again, just the way that they have the wins, I'm not impressed with it. I mean, I've seen, the pack. I don't even have the Packers. Packers are 4-1-1.
Yeah.
They got the one horrible loss they shouldn't have lost to, um, the Browns. Jordan Love didn't show up in that one. They tied the Cowboys, which was absolutely absurd. I'm just like, no, the games right now across the NFL are a little redonkulous when we look at these things. It's like, no, this should have been a blowout. But the injury plays that have been happening, that's a big thing. So real quick, let's go to these comments. So Marshall, he also says the Rams with a healthy Puka, he goes, he'd put them in the top 5, but the Jags aren't healthy at all, so they got an easy schedule. Um, Josh
Agreed.
Savala, hey, what's up,
What's
brother?
going on, brother? Thank you for your support. Thank you for joining us tonight
Yep.
towards
And
the end.
you want to know what we're saying about the Patriots? I'm saying this: the Patriots. Hey, I got them in the top 5. Mike's got them right there at the honorable mention, sitting at number 6. Our fantasy guru, he has them sitting at number 7. Man, so Drake May has put himself in those conversations. So it's going to
Yeah.
be interesting to see what he do.
He
What he
still
can
finished
do.
second in their division.
You think so? I mean, they're
Yeah.
sitting in first right now.
Yeah, they'll still sit. They'll still be second in that division.
I mean, with that's an improvement.
Yeah, yeah,
That
absolutely. I'll take that all day long. They're gonna
you
be in.
know
They're gonna make playoffs this year.
I mean, so real quick, so we're at week 7. We've got 7 weeks in. Trade deadline is coming up here real soon. So I want to know division winners real quick, what you look at with what they're at right now.
Man, that's so tough.
I,
NFC.
NFC
NFC,
side.
NFC side, I still have Philly. I'm gonna say Seattle. I'm gonna say Seattle or Niners. I'm gonna say the Falcons. I'm gonna say the Packers. AFC side, I have the Bills. I'm gonna say, man, shoot, yeah, but you guys always split with them, Josh, no matter good, bad, or ugly. Shoot, who else we got? I don't know
AFC
who's
North.
gonna. I don't know who's gonna win the West. I was thinking of the West. Give me. I'm gonna stick with the Chargers, man. I'm gonna stick with the Chargers to win that division.
Okay.
Um, give me the North would be. Give me the Steelers.
Okay.
And then in the South, give me the Colts.
Pretty close. So Josh, I will say this. I've got the Patriots taking the East. I think with the way that they're playing with Drake May, in the division, they're 2-0. They've already beat the Bills once, and you actually said it yourself. The next game is going to be played in Foxborough. So they are playing great ball. The big thing now, here's the catch that I've looked at with what New England has done. So they've spent most of the year on the road. They've had 3 games at home, 4 on the road. They are 1-2 at home. They are struggling at home. You know, um, Josh, what's your question, man? Trust me, we know that you say that's going to be your division, but anyway. So I'll go back to what I was saying. So they are
Um,
doing real well. With that division. I mean, so to me, hey, hands down. Now, as for the NFC North, Pittsburgh's going to make the playoffs.
no doubt,
Okay.
for sure they're in. Can the Ravens have an 8 game winning streak and be able to put pressure? That's what's gonna be.
That's the tough one. When you look at the Steelers, games they play against Detroit, they play against Green Bay. You got the Chargers, you got to play the Bengals, the Bears, you got to play the Bills. I mean, and they play the Ravens twice. So with that being said, no, they don't win the division. I have Baltimore winning the division because they're going to take the head-to-head. I think it's going to be a tie when it comes to their finishing the season, but it's going to be Baltimore taking the head-to-head.
Interesting.
So, AFC South, I've got Indianapolis. They're going to run away with it here real soon. Within the next few weeks. AFC West, man, that's tough. Now
It's,
with
it's a three.
that
It's
being
a three team. It's a 3 team race.
it's a 4-team race, bro.
Raiders are not.
Raiders are only 3 games back of first place.
You still gonna be sold
Raiders are
on them.
still 3. I mean, if you get rid of
Stop
Geno
it.
Smith, man, they got to do
Stop
something.
it. Stop it.
I mean,
Stop it.
seriously, they're only 3 games back. They're
Get them,
not.
chat. Get them, chat.
No, no. Actually,
Come
I
on.
mean, hey,
It's a
I'm
3 team race.
having faith. I'm having hope that the Raiders do something. I don't make it look
Next
as
year.
bad as they've done. I
Next year,
mean,
not this
they
year.
need to do something, man. They need to call up. They need to call up anybody and get a quarterback. They need to get rid of Geno. I can't believe they paid as much money guaranteed to Geno Smith, and I'm just like, dude, have you not like
Yeah.
what are you looking at? I mean,
Be
he's played
interesting,
absolutely
brother.
absurd. It has changed since Genty. He has started playing better. Big injuries, of course, to Brock Bowers. He's finally getting to come back this week. That's going to be a good one, because that's something that they really need. They have not utilized the players that they have. Injury bug. I mean, just across the NFL, it's absolutely ridiculous when it comes to the
Right.
injuries.
Right.
But I have, I'm going to actually say I think it's going to be the Chargers, because the Chargers are running away when it comes to the division race. They are 3-0 against the division, even though they're at 4-3.
Yeah.
So that's why the AFC side. NFC side, I've got Philadelphia. I've got man. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna agree with your dart. Like, can Carolina, with the way Carolina is playing and they're getting. I mean, Tampa now has no wide receiver help. They are donezo.
Who?
Tampa. Tampa
They got
is
they got Godwin and Buka.
who? They got Mbuka. That's all they got.
And Buka has been playing extremely well.
Exactly. But guess
He's going to
what?
be a
Double
star.
down
He's
on
going
them.
to be a freaking star in this league.
Yeah, I agree. 1,000%. But Chris Godwin has been absolutely like he can't. Same thing. Injury bug. He has been injured quite drastically. How do I
They
know?
got Bucky. Yeah, I got Bucky too. That's coming
Bucky
back.
has been fighting from injuries. I mean, so I will say I'm picking Carolina.
That's
I
crazy. Take.
I think Carolina can take the South. You know, they have not had a lot
End
of
of the
games
day,
in a
does it
row.
really matter?
I mean, that is true. That is true.
At the end of the day,
Um, as for the NFC West, man, I mean, Seattle, San Francisco, the Rams, all are tied at 3-2. The only catch is the Niners are the ones that are 3-0 currently. Obviously, they got three more games against division. So the only way any person can dethrone right now the Niners is they're going to have to figure out how to pay. Hey, you can borrow this player to make sure they don't win the division. I mean, that's realistically because it's going to take, you know, to figure out what the schedule that the Niners have. But I still don't have them probably going past realistically 8 overall in the power rankings, even if they win the division.
if they win division, they still don't. They're not going to win the first in the first round anyway.
No, no. Once they have to face some type of competition, no, they're out.
Yeah,
You
they're out.
know, so that's who I got. You know, Josh, you, yeah, I agree. I
Yeah.
agree with you on this one, man.
But let me get
Obviously,
to our segment of the show real quick before we end. Um, we're about to go, but this is the part where I'm just gonna mention it real quick. Go visit the Hearts and Houses, a nonprofit that we support 100% here at Sports Lounge Media. Go check them out at Hearts and Houses, I believe.com. But you also can click this QR code with the adoptions of dogs, and they also have cats. They also take donations to help with immunizations and also feedings, things like that. You can go check them out more, or also DM Sarai about any questions that you may have about Hearts and Hows. And then you got Sports Lounge Media, www.sportsloungemedia.com. Also, click that QR code. Next week, we're going to show you all the festivities and things that happen here in Vegas with our interview with Jesus Lopez, who is the voice of play-by-play every single week with all sports: football, basketball, baseball, um, hockey, boxing, all the rest. Go visit them at visit us at www.sportsloungemedia.com or click that QR code. We're also going to be dropping some more content, and some more great things are coming our way as we're going to be able to experience group the Super Bowl. So we'll look out for that. And also next year, hopefully, the World Series, so on and so forth. We're going to be covering all sports, all big major events. And I'm excited to be a part of this, man. We have a really strong team, as you will see when we clicked our video. Go check them all out. Give them a share, a like. Go comment with them. Have fun with them. If you need any advice in any of those expertise, go check them out as well. But this is our main show every Wednesday. Also, a little sneak peek, a little some that we put together for Grand Slam Lounge. Check that out. When, Mark? Is it going to go up Saturday morning or
no, it's going up tomorrow.
tomorrow?
Tomorrow night, we have the World Series special that we bring to you from the Grand Slam Lounge. Is talking about breaking it down and who we're predicting to win the World Series between the Blue Jays and the Dodgers. You know, it's been quite a while since Toronto has been there, but catch all that tomorrow. Tomorrow night, actually, right after Thursday night football on prime time.
And that'll be it from us. Thank you guys so much for joining us every single week. Thank you for joining the best community possible in the Sports Lounge Media and being a part of our family. We thank you so much. We appreciate each of you guys' support continue to follow us. Tell your friends about us. Tell them to subscribe to this channel because it's going to start heating up, and it's going to start heating up fast. Again, thank you all for everything, and welcome to our lounge.